afternoon, Yeshivat Frisch. I'm Atara Goldstein.
I'm Alex Seligman, and this is the award-winning Frisch News Network.
Students returned from winter break feeling refreshed and ready to learn and have already jumped into new and meaningful programming.
Always putting students' well-being first, our own guidance department resumed its annual substance abuse program with CCSPA, showing their care of students both in and out of the classroom. Here's Bailey with more.
This week, every grade gathered together to learn about the effects of drugs and alcohol. The program was very enlightening and we learned a lot.
Each grade had a different program with speakers and accompanying activities.
Explain what you did with the activities, please.
We wore these goggles and it was like simulating what it would be like if you were drunk or high. And we did these activities and it was to show how the effect of alcohol and drugs on your body and how it's bad for you.
So what did you learn from the program today?
That alcohol is bad and drugs are bad and it's addictive, and that it's very important to stay away from drugs because it can ruin your life.
And you're slowing down into how you and so I have two reasons. One is a personal one. Our own family, I have a child who struggled with addiction, who thank God is doing well now. But when we experienced this 6 years ago, I decided to found this organization because I believe in creating education awareness and creating dialogue. And the second is, unfortunately, substances are highly available and there's not a lot out there in terms of education, and we need to be aware of the dangers of using substances because we cannot limit availability and exposure.
The Frisch News Time Riley. Back to the students.
With more from outside the classroom, it's Pink Week here at Yeshivat Frisch, and students are taking some time to support those affected by breast cancer. Thank you to our club presidents for working so hard to make it all happen.
And now, ever wonder what really makes your teacher stick? We've got answers.
Here's Noah Wasserman with a brand new Teacher 10.
I'm Noah Wasserman and I'm interviewing Dr. Winkler. So tell me, Dr. Winkler, when did you start teaching at Frisch?
This is my fourth year at Frisch. I started in September of 2020 in the middle of the pandemic.
What classes do you teach?
So I am now teaching multiple sections of American literature. I have been teaching since I got here a course called the American Jewish Novel, which is a bit of a misnomer because it also comprises film texts and poems and short stories and any cultural artifact that deals with Jewish American issues. I am currently teaching one Italian elective, which I am and I'm enjoying very much, and I think that's it.
What are your hobbies?
This will come as a surprise to no one. I'm very passionate about Italian culture, even though I am not of Italian extraction myself. So everything to do with Italy, Italian literature, Italian food, Italian wine, and of course travel to Italy. So I'm a great Italophile, anything to do with Italian culture, but more generally travel. I like to write. I actually finished a novel last summer that I've been working on for 4 years. I write songs, I play multiple instruments, and spending quality time with good people is probably my favorite thing of all of those things.
If you could meet one person who ever lived, who would it be and why?
F. Scott Fitzgerald would have been a good one. I enjoy teaching The Great Gatsby immensely and find that his writing illuminates some deep and very important existential issues. I would love to sit down for an hour with him.
What is the best piece of advice you have ever been given?
Any advice as a younger person that encouraged me to give myself time and space to explore the world, take different kinds of classes, travel, and get to know myself and my interests and my skills before going all in on like a business degree, for example, which is something I did.
Wow. What is your favorite piece of music?
My 4 all-time favorite pieces of music are Mirror Ball by Elbow, Kiss from a Rose by Seal, Raven by the Dave Matthews Band, and Desert Island Disc by Radiohead.
And now it's time for rapid fire questions. Dog person or cat person?
Cat.
Favorite food?
Culurgiones from Sardinia.
What is your favorite Italian word and what does it mean?
Pozzanghera. It means puddle. I like the way it sounds.
For Frisch News, I'm Noah Wasserman.
Thanks, Noah. And now for our favorite Frisch segment, Cougar on the Street.
With President's Day approaching, we've been wondering, what do Frisch students know about our U.S. presidents? Our own Abby Rich went to find out.
Who's your favorite president and why?
My favorite president probably have to be Abraham Lincoln, not only because he abolished slavery, but he was also a wrestler, and nobody else could pull off the top hat as well as he could.
Do you know which 2 presidents we mainly celebrate? Is it George Washington and Abraham Lincoln? Yes. What are you going to do on the day off for President's Day?
I'm going to be relaxing at home.
So if there's one thing that you would do as president, what would you do?
Get rid of taxes.
Who's your favorite president and why?
I have no idea.
Ever thought about it in your life?
No.
Hi, Rabbi P. So, who is your favorite president and why?
That's a hard question. There are lots of great presidents. I would have to say Abraham Lincoln.
Thanks, Abby. Well, that's all for us today here at Frisch News.
Have a story idea? Want to get involved? Email us at frischnews@frisch.org. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. For Frisch News, I'm Atara Bosley.
And I'm Alex Seligman.